You're the only one riding your ass. So you're the only one that can also give you grace. When you are struggling with giving yourself grace, when you are struggling to say, this is my best today and it's perfect, it's great, I'm okay. If you are stuck in a spiral of judging yourself, criticizing yourself, punishing yourself, that's when you want to reach out to me. Are you tired of the mental chatter, the counting, the restricting, the punishing? Are you done standing in front of the mirror picking yourself apart? Done waiting until you're thinner or more motivated or finally feel ready before you start actually living your life? Good, because confidence isn't something you earn, it's something you decide. Welcome to Your Unapologetic Life, your go-to podcast for women who are ready to stop shrinking and start showing up fully in the body they have right now. I'm your host, Morgan Barkus, author, speaker, exotic dance instructor, and empowerment coach for women. I earned my master's degree in marriage and family therapy while stripping to pay for graduate school. And I enjoyed the work so much, I ended up dancing for over a decade. Now I coach women who are ready to flip the negative self-talk, rewrite the stories that have kept them playing small, and feel powerful and confident in their bodies without the strict diets, soul-crushing workouts, and another quick fix that never really actually works. This is not positive affirmation confidence. This is confidence embodied. Every episode is designed to help you ditch the insecurities, reclaim your body, and live like the unapologetic woman you were always meant to be. Whether I'm flying solo or bringing you a raw, unfiltered conversation with remarkable women, this is your space to be honest, to get free, and get loud. Turn up the volume, listen at 1.5 speed while you're doing other things, and strap in because me, I'm a crazy driver. Let's get into this episode. I've picked up a bit of weight. Am I thrilled about it? And no. Am I freaking out about it? Not a chance. Grace. I give myself grace. I've lived in this body for 45 years. I am a woman. Not only do different phases of our life affect our body, different weeks of the month affect our body. If we're traveling, we're usually not as regular, affects the body. Also, if we're traveling, we're usually not eating the same kinds of things, and that affects your body. There are so many things that our weight goes up and down. I do not freak out about it. And I'm not thrilled about it. I went from PMS, so I was already eating more than usual, and then right into a wicked head cold. So I was eating all the comfort foods. I was not working out. And I work out for my health. I eat for my weight. So to maintain a healthy weight and feel lean and regular, I have a specific diet. I prioritize protein. I eat lots of fruits and vegetables. I try to get my kombucha in, usually once a day. Try to drink enough water. Doesn't always happen. I do my best. Speaking of doing your best, do not forget the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. One of the agreements is do your best. Your best changes every day. Give yourself grace. Do your best. So I've been sick, feeling much better. Actually got a workout in today. That made me feel phenomenal. And I looked in the mirror before I went to the gym and I thought, not loving that I picked up a few pounds. Now, semantics matter. I used to work for a major fitness brand and we would do a weight loss challenge. I didn't love saying weight loss challenge because usually if you lose something, you want to find it, right? I always would say pick up or drop weight. So if you drop weight, bye. Don't care if I ever pick you up again. Maybe I might, maybe I don't. If you lose something, psychologically, you want to find it, right? So just saying, what you say to yourself matters. Just like working out, I have to go work out. Well, do you have to or do you want to? I need to go work out. Well, do you need to or do you want to? I get to work out. I am a healthy, strong individual who chooses to work out and chooses to enjoy it. And even when I don't feel like it, I choose to go do it because I know how I will feel after. And I do my best. Some days I walk on the treadmill for 10 minutes, or I take a leisurely walk outside for 30 minutes because I need fresh air and I don't want a bunch of resistance. Because when I am on the treadmill, I'm usually doing inclines. So again, do your best, give yourself grace. So again, today I looked in the mirror, was like, yeah, definitely picked up a few pounds. don't love it. And it's not even the weight that I don't love, it's that I don't feel good. It's not like I picked it up because I put on muscle mass or I've been working out and eating more protein and feeling powerful. It's more of a sloppy, lethargic, haven't done much, sitting around the house. Again, I've been sick. I'm giving myself grace. And I couldn't help but think I also need a pick me up because I want to love my body always in every phase because I know this is a phase. I mean, how many times have you picked up and dropped weight? I mean, so many times. I certainly have. I do every month, depending on my cycle and different phases of your life. If you've had kiddos or whatever, like there's so many reasons why we fluctuate our weight. It doesn't mean anything in terms of our worth. It might mean our clothes fit differently. And I've also noticed I've had a few pair of pants where I'm like, rather than try to get back down to the size of these pants, I think I'm just going to donate them to Goodwill and embrace because I don't feel bad in my body. Um, and it's not like, I mean, the pants that don't fit, that's a drastic of enough change where it's like, I'm not going to fight it. I'll get new pants. But what I'm picked up right now, a couple pounds, I'm a little thicker than usual. That I know is going to go away when I start being active again and getting back on my normal eating schedule or menu, if you will. So I'm not like going to change my wardrobe over it. And I wanted to feel powerful and sexy in my body again. And for me, that's dancing. I highly recommend. And I I've always loved to dance. When I was in high school, it's not like I had any formal training at all my entire life until I was in my 20s. And even then, I don't know that I would specify exotic dance and fitness as formal training. It was classes, yes, and I picked it up very quickly and started teaching. So I guess it's sort of like formal training, but actually like learning how to dance. Um, at a school or like what it I don't know. I mean, formally, I'm using the term loosely. You get me. I'm a casual lover of dance and finally learned how to count music now that I think about it. When I side tangent here. When I started teaching at Flex Appeal in Minneapolis way back in the day, I was one of her first teachers, and she's like, "Okay, well, I want you to teach this pole fitness class." And I was like, "Great." And so I took her class one time, and then the second time I observed in the background. Or maybe I observed in the background. I don't even know if I actually took the class and I took notes. And then for whatever reason, something came up and I didn't have any more practice or training with her. And she's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to need you to teach that pole fitness class, okay, this day." And I was like, "Okay." And I didn't want to tell her no. So I went to the studio that day and I was totally losing my mind inside, confident on the outside. And I was walking into her office and I was just about to open my mouth and say, "Maria, I can't teach this class. I don't know what I'm doing." She turned around. She's like, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And I taught that pole fitness class. Now, it's not what you think. We were not in high heel shoes. We were in tennis shoes. We were jumping around. We were, doing like ab workouts and cardio. It was very like, think step class with poles. So it was very, very aerobic, a lot of jumping around and all the things. And one of the women in the class, in my very first class, she went to Maria, the owner of the studio, and she's like, "I don't know why you hired this girl. She wasn't on beat. She didn't know what she was doing." And it was like, "Well, was she enthusiastic? Did you have fun?" And well, luckily, later on in all the teaching I did, I finally learned how to count music and then in an 8 count. And for a very long time, I did not. I was just jumping around. I didn't know what I was doing. Back to dancing. So I've always been a jumping around, don't know what I'm doing, having a lot of fun dancer. And it was enthusiasm. And then I was a stripper for 13 years and I was also teaching exotic dance and fitness. So there was a lot that I learned in terms of technique and form and how to make a performance and not in that it was like you do this move at this time and then you move to the it wasn't so structured. It was, now that I say that, there's been a lot of little things in my life that have helped me be less rigid. I moved a lot. I lived with a few people. I went to college and you have to share a bathroom with people. So there were a lot of things in my life where I've learned to let go of how rigid and type A that I was. And I think teaching dance and dancing was one of that as well, because there was a class I did teach that had a very specific routine, count by A count. And when I danced in the evenings as a stripper and I went out on stage or I gave lap dances for hour after hour. I remember one guy, he kept buying dances from me and it was a good hour. I don't know how many songs I did, at least 10. And this dude, he was like, wow, it's like, you're good. He goes, you didn't do the same move twice. And I thought, I did a lot of the same moves more than twice. And he didn't even notice because it was a flow and I used different moves in a different order or in a different way. And he just didn't notice that they were the same moves over and over and over again because they were all jumbled up and reused in a different way. And I think that's what life is. I get off track quite a bit. Thank you for hanging in with me. At the house today, not feeling great about myself, walking around in the same pair of jeans and this oversized, deliciously thick and comfortable sweater that I've been wearing for days, and my Bombas slippers. Bombas, if you hear me, I love your slippers. Your socks are pretty great too. I do have some panties. I don't often wear panties. And if I'm wearing a short skirt or certain outfits, they do call for panties. I rock your panties as well. Your slippers, though, are by far my favorite of your products. Can't speak highly enough. Love your slippers. So, bumming around in my slippers, a pair of oversized jeans, and a comfy sweater for days. And I thought, before I go to the gym, I'm going to dance. And when I was in a relationship years ago, my love language is pictures, or I should say are pictures and videos. So my love language is sharing my body. Take it or leave it, good or bad. It's not yours to be a judgment of. It's been my journey where I used my body as value. I did it for work. I did it in relationships. I have since evolved, and it is still part of my currency. It is not my main currency anymore. That is a different podcast. We will have that conversation at a different time. Because if you can identify with that, that's often where a lot of our body image issues come from. Women are trained to think their currency is their body. And so they obsess about keeping their body a certain way, a certain size, and appearing a certain way. Again, another podcast, another time. And I love to dance. I like to watch myself dance. Part of the reason I will not teach a dance class with women unless I have wood floors and floor to ceiling mirrors is because women need to watch themselves move. Their bodies are perfection. Women are magic. We are curvy. We are plushy. We are soft. We are sexy. Our hair is flowy and it moves, and so does our body. And I want to show women that they have that. Oftentimes when I teach a dance class, a lot of the comments I get at the end are, I feel so sexy. I didn't even know my body could move like that. And they're not watching each other, they're watching themselves. And it's very empowering. And I know this. And so I went back to the basics and I did it for myself. In my bedroom, I have a mirror on the wall, very strategically placed, a little bit oversized. It's perfect. And I propped up my phone and I turned on the camera and I put on an old outfit I have from my stripper days. It is a hot pink, very short dress, long sleeves, fishnet. So very see-through, very fun, a little bit naughty, a little bit ravey. And I didn't feel like shoes and I danced. I danced for myself. I recorded it. I had earbuds in, so I was hearing the music loud in my ears as I danced. And then I watched it a couple times after. And even though, yes, compared to what I usually look like, I was a little thicker. My waist was a little thicker. And I was delighted by it because it's curvy and sexy and it's my body. Why would I not love it? And this is what it is today. And it'll be different tomorrow. And it'll be different next week. And it'll be different 3 years from now. And it's healthy and it's strong and it's surviving and thriving. I have a friend whose mom passed. And her mom passed, if I'm remembering this correctly, from cancer, and her body withered away. Her mom, for most of her life, was trying to get thinner, always chasing a thinner body, wanting to be skinny. And as she neared the end of her life and she could barely keep on weight, and she was so skinny, and she was not only looking terminally ill, she was terminally ill. She shared with my friend, I would give anything to be healthy again, to have that weight back on my body. If I could be healthy again and it meant being that size, I would do that over and over and over again. That hit me because I thought, wow, so many women are seeking, striving, starving themselves to be thinner, to be skinnier, to be smaller. And then when a woman finally got there, it just so happened that she was also dying, and she was wishing and giving, she would have given anything to be back at a healthy weight in a healthy body and have more years to live. How sad and tragic that she wasted all that energy and wishing instead of living in the beautiful, thick, gorgeous, plushy, desirable, wiggly, jiggly. To think that someone spent so much time hating her body, wishing to be different, when all she needed to do was be present. And that is what it costs you. I know. I used to eat out with friends and be in constant anxiety and counting and tracking and wishing the event was over rather than being present in the moment. I used to actually spend a lot of time alone because my drug of choice was food. And so if I was feeling sad or lonely, I would plan binges and rewatch episodes of Sex and the City, just isolating myself even more because of my behavior instead of calling friends, going out. I don't want that for you. And I don't know what it's going to take for you to wake you up if you are constantly counting, criticizing, and striving to be something than you already are. I am inviting you to give yourself grace and to be present in your body right now. Because the reality is, you know just as well as I do, our bodies are in constant fluctuation. They're constantly fluctuating even in one day, let alone a week or a year. And I'm not saying, fuck it, do whatever you want, eat whatever you want, don't work out. No, I am a 7.5 to 9.5 hour sleeper. I love to sleep. Get your sleep. It keeps your weight regulated. I drink a lot of water and I work out because it feels good and it keeps me regular. So I eat my fiber, I drink my water, I work out, and I work out for my mental health and my physical health. So I take care of the vessel, and I know that it changes. My best changes. So give myself grace and roll with it instead of freaking out about it, criticizing it, panicking about it, um, punishing myself about it. Oh my goodness. If I ate too much, I used to work out or starve myself. And sometimes I'd be like, okay, can I starve myself for 3 days? I'll try for 3 days. I mean, it was psychotic what I used to do to try to control my weight, when in reality, it changes every day. And like I said, it could change even within the day. When I woke up this morning, I was still hanging on the edge of that head cold. I still had a stuffy sinuses, blowing my nose a million times. And then throughout the day, it suddenly started to get better. The headaches started to ease up, the pressure in my head. My energy got better. And then when I did my dance by myself in my hot pink fishnet outfit thing, I was like, suddenly my energy's even a little better. I'm feeling a little sexier all of a sudden. Put on my workout outfit. Pants were feeling a little tight, feeling like a little bit of a sausage. You know, the casing sometimes is ready to pop right off. It's kind of how I felt in my yoga pants today. And I was like, and I don't care because I'm going to the gym. I'm feeling good. And I want to make this the best day I can because this is the best that I have today. And I'm really inviting you to do that. Again, I don't know what it is that will click for you. For me, it was just grace, just constantly reminding myself, grace, grace, grace. You're the only one riding your ass. So you're the only one that can also give you grace. When you are struggling with giving yourself grace, when you are struggling to say, this is my best today, and it's perfect. It's great. I'm okay. If you are stuck in a spiral of judging yourself, criticizing yourself, punishing yourself, that's when you want to reach out to me. You can DM me on Instagram. You can find me on my my website. I have a contact page. You can email me there. You can fill out the contact form. That's what I'm here for. That's what my coaching is about, because I've been there. I'm a fixer. When I was struggling with this stuff, I was out looking for solutions. I was reading all the books. I had so many books. There was this one lady that was always talking about intuitive eating, and I'd be like, what does that even mean? And then eating disorder clinic. I went to multiple therapists. I went to a nutritionist. I even went to Overeaters Anonymous. Like, I was trying all the things. And it finally clicked for me. And I found a solution, and I created a solution, and it's my coaching program. Because I don't want you to suffer like I did. I don't want you to be at war with your body for as long as I did. It was a decade and a half. And I don't want you to have to struggle. I want you to be present in your body. Roll with it. Love it. Enjoy it when it jiggles a little bit more than usual, because it's just life. It goes up and it down and it fluctuates. It's not perfect. It's not meant to be. And I understand what it feels like, that anxiety or the like feeling like it's almost like having a bad face day. If you have a zit, like your whole day is fucked up. Well, if you pick up a few pounds, your whole day, now all of a sudden you don't like anything that you're wearing, you don't like yourself, now you're crabby and you're in a bad mood. Or you can have a chuckle like I did. I was at the gym and I literally had a chuckle because I videoed myself dancing at the gym, and I was like, yep, a little thicker in the middle, a little more jiggle in the rear end, and I was having fun with it. And this lady walked in and I was shaking my ass. I didn't even care, because it is what it is. It'll be different tomorrow. So again, if you are finding yourself stuck in that spiral, get at me. I am here for you. I want to hug you, and I want to take your shoulders and say, we are going to do this together. Talk to me. Thank you so much for tuning in. If today's episode hit you in your heart, please take a second and leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It helps more women like you find this show, and that is exactly the point. If you're ready to stop feeling self-conscious and start feeling like yourself again, grab my free guide, Self-Conscious to Sexy in 10 Minutes. It's a 4-step reset to get yourself out of your head and back into your body feeling confident and sexy. The link is in the show notes. Go to morganbarkus.com. You can explore everything else I have to offer, including my coaching program, my mission, and how you can work with me. Come find me on Instagram at morganbarkus and send a DM. I love hearing from you. Until next time, stay unapologetic.